Alright, so the first thing we're going to do real quick is head back to Devil's Crossing and put a ward stone on our metal. Because I forgot to do that when we got the Brawler's Distinction. And also I'm going to make a rune stone for my helmet, which takes 3 of these ward stones. This blueprint here is available also at the Rovers, the Rovers Quartermaster once you hit respected. And now we got a little Aether resistance, some poison, and we got elemental cap, so it's a little better. You're not going to get stuff capped at level 25. On our way to kill Darius Cronley and look for Elsa, and then once we get out of here we got these 2 quests completed. The Annals of Arcovia and Disarming the Enemy. Looks like we got some skill points from hitting level 25 I haven't used yet. Probably just drop those into the mastery. Yeah, we'll just drop them in here because we want to get to here because this damage absorb really helps. I prefer that one for playing hardcore because it has more defensive stats. If you're playing softcore and want a little more offense, use the other exclusive, Oleron's Rage. You get movement speed, some internal trauma damage, and offensive ability, so your attacks critical strike more. Doesn't look like Darini has his own specific monster infrequent. For the mobs that do, it'll have their name in the title. Like this here, it'll say Shamblers. That's the name of the boss that dropped it. Sometimes there's a totem around here, but doesn't look like there is on this playthrough. There's some dynamite. This is also a good area if you need some dynamite or scrap, along with the mines that I mentioned earlier. A couple runs of these areas, you can get all kinds of materials that you need for whatever you're crafting. Alright, well it looks like it's through this door is Darius Cronley. It's time to go kill him.
So Bourbon's dog has come barking. You should give up trying to act the savior. It doesn't suit you. Humanity is already doomed and a new power is rising. Get on board like I did or go extinct. Well, that's not quite true. The Ethereals will need new vessels, so I'm sure they'll keep some domesticated humans around to breed like livestock. You know, I heard you were taken when they found you. I bet your offspring would make good vessels.
Why you after the prison?
Isn't it obvious? Devil's Crossing may be a prison, but it's like a fortress and controls the roads to Burwich and to the west. The Ethereals wanted to capture it, and you know, as much as I wanted out of that place, I think I've grown nostalgic for it. This time, I get to play Warden, and I intend to have some fun just like old Krieg did. Tell you what, give me Devil's Crossing and I'll put in a word for you. Maybe get the Ethereals to keep you around as a breeder. Either that, or I'm happy to do things the painful way. Painful for you, that is. What kind of milksop did Bourbon send after me? Don't you know the name Darius Cronley? Before the Ethereals showed up, I was the biggest public menace in these parts. My name inspired nightmares in children, makes men tread quickly past dark alleys. I'll take you apart slow, piece by piece, like I did to so many victims before. I must say, I'm really going to relish this.
Well, I guess we're not saving him or converting him back, so we gotta kill him. Now he has an immune shield here that you see. If you're an Arcanist, you can nullify that and take his shield away. Otherwise, just kite him around until it evaporates or wears off, and then you can damage him again. He doesn't hit too hard, but he does have Aether damage, so if your Aether resist is low, you're going to have some trouble. So I just kind of move around and don't stand in the Aether puddles. And you see there, Cronley's Signet of the Eagle. That's another monster infrequent for Darius Cronley. Let's see what it is. So this one does bleed damage, adds Physique, Cunning, Spirit, which is good. That's nice. Laceration is for Blade Arc, which is right here. And if you use that ring with the Blade Arc MI that we found off of, I believe it was Balthazar in Staunton Mine at the very first part of Act 2, that you can combine those and equip both of them and have a pretty powerful setup there. So here we got Cronley's Notes 1 and 2, and I always choose the middle option there for that big Aether cluster because it gives you this. And this is a good circuit breaker to stop damage. Makes you immune for a little bit. It's kind of handy. They're pretty rare, so you just kind of got to watch it.
Cronley's Notes Part 1. When the attack stopped and the Ethereals sent in their envoys, they knew they had us by the balls. All they had to do was squeeze, and any other man would have sung them a tune worthy of the Irulan opera, but they've never contended with Darius Cronley. They came, 2 of them, humans in robes. Only thing that'd give them away was the eyes. The eyes glowed that sickly ether green. They offered me a chance to surrender, a chance to live out our lives as vessels and breeders for their growing army. I sent their heads back on spikes, see if those spirits survived that. But when they came back again with new terms, well, then they were speaking my language. I was to be a piece in their grand design, a master of my very own army of ether-empowered humans. All I had to do was to pledge myself to their cause and to plant one of their crystals within the mine. The rest, they said, would be revealed in time.
Interesting. Alright. And part 2.
Cronley's Notes Part 2. The Ethereals left. They are headed north to Homestead in order to squash a human resistance orchestrated by the damned Black Legion. I've been left to my own devices, but for one caveat: eradicate Devil's Crossing. It is a task I will relish with great pleasure. There are so many ways I could squeeze the life out of Bourbon, but unfortunately I'll have to settle for just one. Perhaps after I behead his mangled corpse, I'll shove him full of ether shards and bring him back as a personal servant. Then I can kill him over and over and over again. But first I must finish my glorious army. Another batch of aspiring followers is due to arrive within the hour. They have no idea of what suffering and agony is in store for them. I sometimes wish that more would die during the procedure. The failed ones make for such entertaining playthings, their screams echoing through the tunnels. Perhaps today I will have to slit one's throat, just for good fun.
Wow, alright, well, that guy's a flat-out nut job. What do you think? And here's a side quest here. This is from the playthrough a little bit ago when we did that side area off of Old Arkovia. We killed, I don't know, somebody was holding someone hostage and we killed them instead of paying their ransom. And so one of Cronley's lieutenants or something captured the kids and put them here, so now we're rescuing them and opening them a rift to Devil's Crossing. And you see here we get a quest for the children. Check up on Oscar Jr. and Judith in Devil's Crossing. So the exit of Cronley's hideout takes us to this area called Twin Falls. And here's the Rift Gate. So we got a couple quests we got to do. We got to go to Devil's Crossing and turn in these two. Then we got to go to... also... Darius didn't have Elsa, so we're actually still looking for her. We don't know where the hell she went. Right when you killed, zoomed into the boss fight there, it says Cronley doesn't have Elsa.
Is it finished?
Alright, Mornay asks if it was finished. Sorry, I was talking there. Hang on. We'll just start it over.
Well, is it finished?
Darius is dead and his gang is scattered.
The world is a little safer today with that monster dead. Now what of Elsa? You must have seen something.
Nah, man. He didn't have her.
Damnation. Perhaps she escaped and ran for Homestead. Or maybe they sold her. I have to go back out there. If there is any chance that Elsa still lives, I have to find her. I owe her that much. Now that we're not in any imminent danger, we need to deal with a more subtle enemy. Starvation. Devil's Crossing is running out of food and our supply runs are coming up dry. We need a reliable source of food and we need it fast. Barnabas has some ideas as to what we can do. Speak to him immediately.
Alright, so we'll go see what Barnabas has to say about the old food situation. Here's Oscar Jr. and see, we rescued a couple more kids, so now there's more kids in this little area. And if you remember in Act 1, we found the fabric so the Constants can make kind of like tarps over here. Alright, we'll go talk to Barnabas, see what he thinks, and we'll head on over to the rover camp there in Old Arkovia.
Come, friend. Share a glass of clean water with old Barnabas to celebrate your victory in Burwitch. Right to business, then. Before the world fell apart, Burwitch got its food stocks from the vast farmlands to the northwest. With the bridge repaired, we need to find a way back to Homestead. The journey will take you far to the northwest, and I haven't a clue what's out there. Start by following the road out into the Arkovian foothills, all the way through Old Arkovia. With luck, the old coastal bridge near Twin Falls still stands. If that's not an option, I'll have to look for Smuggler's Pass. It's an old smuggling route that ran through the Broken Hills. It should connect to Homestead. We must find out whether the farmlands can still support us, or if the Grim Dawn claimed them as it did Burwitch. Nobody's been as far north as Homestead in months, so I can only imagine what sort of horrors had crawled out of the mountain crags following the Grim Dawn. Stay sharp out there.
Alright, so the quest is updated. Cross the bridge near Twin Falls to get to Homestead or travel through Smuggler's Pass. Alright, I'll head on over here to Old Arcovia, see what these quests do. Alright, Quaid, we destroyed the forges. Alright, he's asking us to kill Moneybags Martin, but we've already killed him too. And so you just click through that you already killed him. It's a side quest, there's no voiceover here, you just tell him you have some text you found interesting. Here, this guy, I believe, yeah, he has some injured men, and he's going to want some royal jelly. I have plenty in my stash, but I will show you where to go get it if you do not have enough to do this quest yet. Alright, so I've already learned the pattern of this. Royal jelly bomb, I've already learned it. He gave us this. Just gives you some early on health regeneration. Nothing really, no big deal really. All this I can just sell. This stuff's not going to be useful to me. Wrong button. Alright. So, we'll just sell it over here. And notice we're still friendly. We're still not respected yet, so on your first playthrough, you're not going to be able to buy these patterns yet until you are respected. So we'll head back to Twin Falls. And if you don't get enough royal jelly from going through Cronley's hideout, you can either reset the game and go in there again, or there is a kill all these guys. They get pretty decent experience. There's a wasp nest down here. There's also a boss in there, so just be aware, but it's not too bad. We'll go in here and do a quick round. It's a really short loop around this cave type tunnels, caves. I guess you're actually in a wasp nest. I don't know. Here's the boss. Overprax. There, it dropped a couple royal jellies. Here's the MI from them. So if you got Stunjacks or a Stormbox of Elegoth, that's the MI for that. And there, so far, there's like 3 royal jellies that have dropped in the last few minutes. How many we got in here? So we've already got 4. You only need 3 to turn that quest in. I need some more movement speed. Yeah, we're only at 117. The cap is 135, so. And if you got guns, you can get devotion points or a devotion shrine that can get you up to 145, and it makes a noticeable difference. I know the difference between 135 and 145 is only 10%, but you can definitely notice it when you're playing through. So we already know we have to go through Smuggler's Pass because the bridge that he was talking about crossing is right here, and you can't cross it. So you have to go through. You have to find and go through Smuggler's Pass. And we'll show you all that in this here playthrough. There's a nice run. Killed all that stuff. These guys spawned out of the ground. What do we got here? One of these I saw of vitality, so that gives you 200 health, but it's elemental, burn, and electrocute damage. That's not the wrong damage types. So you don't really want to equip that. What's this? A lot of skeleton and stuff here, but Force Wave just demolishes them. Came through this way looking for a lectern, but there didn't seem to be one right there, so we'll have to find it here in a little bit. This is a nice little side quest I always do. This guy is from the Order of Death Vigil, which is the other faction, like the Kaiman, that we will meet in Act 3. And here he's asking us if we're a necromancer. Do his quest. It's to kill these three. I think they're part rulers or old rulers of old Arkovia, because I remember Laudos Vagra being mentioned in one of the lore notes. I don't know about the other two though. Or maybe I just didn't listen close enough. Here we go. Here's a lectern. We're going to get this right here, Forgotten Passage. It gives us a quest, but it's also, I believe, a lore note. That tells us how to actually get to and through Smuggler's Pass. Can we read it? So this is just a quest item. A fragmented passage on old Arkovia's history, impossible to decipher without the remaining pieces. Okay, so you have to get the rest of the pieces to get the full lore note. So there's a couple more pieces we gotta gather. And we'll do this devotion shrine. Any points left? Yep, there's one. We'll go right here. And the next one we'll be able to attach Force Wave to this. Those are some nice shoulders for us here in a little bit. Don't really use the shield block, but it's got pierce and bleed, which is nice. And nearly triple the armor, so we'll save those. It's that lightning damage, none of this other stuff is... We could equip that for a little bit. I don't know if I will or not. What level is it? 27? This is 28. I'm almost 27, so I'll probably equip that in just a few minutes. Mainly because these skeletons, not the melee ones, but the archers that we're going to encounter here in a little bit, they do what's called pierce damage. It's just helpful if you got just helpful if you got some pierced resistance. Alright, so we can't go this way. I was wanting to go over here and go around, but I don't really need to. attach that to Force Wave. You just click on it and then select the skill. And then if you go to Force Wave, it's going to show you that you have a modifier there, the Celestial Power. That wasn't there before. And we leveled up, so we got 3 more points, so we need 8 more here. So a couple more levels, we'll start getting some points here in Minhir's Bulwark. Thank you for watching, and subscribe for more.